Hello, good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning. It doesn't matter when it is, does it? I mean, right now, you could be watching this live with me, 3 p.m. on a Thursday. That's a lovely thing to do, and I love it when people do. You could be watching it back. I really like that. The fact that people are making the effort to go to my page and to watch this old nonsense. It's very sweet. I'm having a lovely time telling these stories because it's been a while now, hasn't it? This is story number 8, and you've missed some crackers, if I may say so myself. I suppose I may. I'm allowed to say anything, really. Well, I'm not, because I'm aiming this as a children's story. Don't worry, I've gone off piste already. I want something of you this afternoon. It's a very simple thing. I want jokes. Now, I've already pasted into my Facebook page a joke request, and I've had some jokes. So I've got some jokes, and I'll share them to you. But I want you to be thinking of jokes. Don't write them in yet. Say hello if you're here. Let me know if you can see me, and let me know if you can hear me. But a bit later, I'll explain everything. I want jokes from you. Now, they need to be jokes that if you told them to your head teacher or your boss, they wouldn't get you the sack. You get me? Those kind of jokes. Silly jokes, nonsense jokes. I'm particularly interested if you've made up the joke yourself. Because making up jokes, it's not easy. I'm terrible at jokes. I quite like joke books. I've got a good few joke books around. I've got some here. Might dip into these a bit later. These are great. Loads of Horrid Henry joke books in pound shops. This I got from the Book People. Sadly, no longer with us. As was this. This cost me £1. I have got a story for you, but while you're thinking of your jokes, I'm going to find a joke to tell you. So let's go. We'll stop there. Let's have a look. One joke. Can you believe it? I haven't even got a choice. I found a page with just one joke. What do you call a snail that crossed the road? Lucky. Oh, up near me and Esme here, napping but watching. That's okay. No, the jokes are good. The joke. No, keep them coming there. We like them. I like them. That's one joke on one page. All right. I'm going to keep riffling until somebody types stop. Okay, I know there's a delay. So you need to type stop nice and quick, and I'll find a page with some jokes. I loved joke books when I was a kid. I remember in like Book People today, stop. Another page with one joke. What do you get if you cross a sheep with a ninja? A lamb chop. Okay, that's just, that's not for. Then again, it is a giggle ninja book of jokes. Right, so you can be thinking up your jokes. I'll call for I've got another stop. Hang on, right. Somebody else has typed stop. Oh, thank you, Keisha. Oh, this is genuinely one of my favorite jokes, and I think I've been telling it for about 30 years. What do you get hanging from trees? What do you get hanging from trees? Sore arms. That's what you get hanging from trees. My second favourite joke, obviously the punchline is a stick. We all love that joke. This is a beautiful little book. Lovely little book. Doesn't cost very much at all. How to Make Children Laugh by the astounding Michael Rosen, who I love. And he very much opens part 1 with that joke. This is How to Make Children Laugh, official the joke. What's brown and sticky? A stick, because of course the joke is people think you're going to say poo. But I'm not going to say poo on this storytelling show. That would be beneath me. It would be beneath you. Well, I hope it is anyway. Goodness me, otherwise it could be. But it's a lovely, lovely little book there, How to Make Children Laugh. Not guaranteed, obviously, as you can tell by my own practice. Knock, knock. Who's there? You know. You know who? No. You know who. I mean, it goes much better with somebody that, I mean, I actually do have my own daughter in there, and she hasn't laughed at one of my jokes for about 5 years. 5 long, barren years. So I'd like to tell you a story, and it's a story that I enjoy telling in schools and festivals. I normally tell this one. Do you remember that story? Who remembers the story I told about the zebra and the baboon? Let's not, don't say that word. There was a rude word in that story. I was embarrassed. Do not say that word. Do not say it out loud. That's an introduction from Ash there. Yes, I did a story about the baboon with the don't say it, and the zebra, how the zebra got its stripes. That's back in one of the early stories that I did. And then normally I tell that story, which is very silly. And then I tell this story as a complementary story. It's another African story that I like telling. So that story was set very much in the day, even though one of the characters was the moon. It's confusing. And this one is a very old story. It's part of the creation stories from Kenya, I believe. And it's stories of Mantis. Now, Mantis in story lore is an African wise man, one of the first people, and he was the head of the tribe of the first people, and he kept them all together. So this is a story of Mantis. Mantis was the first man. He was beloved of the gods. He looked out for and looked after his people. He was kind. He was generous. The land at that time was an eternal twilight, that half light, enough dark for it to be purple, enough light for you just to be able to see, mostly from the moon. For at this time there was only the ground, only earth, nothing in the heavens, nothing at all, except for the moon, the goddess Luna herself. And humans got by in the eternal twilight. And in this village, Mantis, the head of the village, was walking back to his own dwelling. And he saw a light, a great, bright, warm light coming from under and through the blanket of the dwelling of his brother Sol. He crept up to his brother's dwelling, and he peeped through the blanket that served as the door, and he saw his brother there. Every time Sol, Mantis's brother, lifted his arm, from under his armpits came a mighty bright orange warm light. Now, it's a dangerous light. I don't want you looking into it. It's so bright. So if I point this light at you, you've got to cover your eyes. You've got to do that. Otherwise, you know what it's. Are you ready? Yeah! Don't look. You looked straight at the light. I know you did. You just sat there and thought, this bright light. You're ignoring this. This is very dangerous. We'll try again. Remember, when the light shines, you need to cover your eyes. Are you ready? Here it comes. Special effects, that is special effects. Should we do it again? Are you ready? It's just camping light. Mantis opened the blanket of the dwelling and said, Sol, what have you got there? Nothing. I saw what you got. Tell me about it. Nothing. I haven't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. I saw what you have. Tell me about it. No! It's mine. It's a gift to me from Luna. And there it was. A great, warm, hot light pouring out from his armpits. This always happens. You're the favourite brother, the big brother. Luna gave this to me and it's mine. It's all mine. This is an important gift, my brother. This is an important gift. Come. Let's show everybody here in the village what you have. I don't want to. It's mine. You can't make me. I'm not going to make you, brother. I'm asking you. I think that the goddess Luna has given you something very important. Oh, you're going to make this all about you again. I know. You know what it's like between siblings. Everybody, come round. My brother has something to show you. Sol, show them. I don't want to. Please, my brother. Did you close your eyes? This is a genuine health and safety warning to you. Said everybody. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Lift both arms. Everybody, look away, but lift both arms. Oh. A warm, bright glow flooded out across the plains. Lowing, slow animals yawned and looked up and stretched and started to run. The grasses lifted and started to bud into never-seen-before flowers. The trees started to drop fruit. Wow! Sol crossed his arms again. The fruit disappeared. The flowers went back to sleep. And the animals settled. This is an important gift, Sol, and you must share this. I don't want to share it. Why do I? We all do everything to help. Right now, life is difficult. We have to stay together and be together, and it's not easy, Sol. But you have a rare talent, a rare gift, and you can bring that to this family of ours. So, I'm going to lift you up to there. I'm going to call it sky. Everybody grab a limb, and that's what people did. They grabbed Mantis by the legs and the arms, and they swung, and they swung, and they threw him up into the sky. Oh, it's very high. So, Open your arms. Oh. The light fell across the lands. The grasses lifted and started to flower again. The trees started to drop their fruits. The animals started to stretch and dart and feed and laugh. This changes everything. This will make life easier. And so people went about. They could see clearly, they could do clearly, they could move things, they can dig things, they could take the seeds that was falling from the fruit and plant more. But then the light started to fade. Sol! Yes? What are you doing? I'm really tired. My arms are really tired. I'm having a rest. Twilight fell again. You know that some nights the moon is there. This was a night the moon had gone on her journeys. She has many worlds to go to. So this was more than twilight. This was darkness. No other light in the sky. Sol, I have a suggestion. What? Right. For 12 hours, you will hold your arms aloft and you will give us this warming light that saves us. We can grow in, that we can live in. 12 hours? And for 12 hours, you can rest. You can sleep. We can cope with that. We can do the same. We'll have the darkness. Here, you need a blanket. Mantis ran to the dwelling and pulled the blanket from his brother's door and threw it up. But it was an old blanket, an old threadbare blanket full of holes. Oh, he grabbed it. The light shone, but then disappeared. But the old threadbare blanket, Mantis knew, we gave a new, extra light, shining through the holes of the blanket. I shall call those stars. Stars in the sky. A blanket of stars. Thank you, Sol. We shall see you tomorrow. Let's call it tomorrow. And that is the story of how Mantis made a blanket of stars and turned night into day. I don't know if that story is true. I don't think it matters. Do you? I do like that story. It's rather sweet. And as I say, when I read it, it was much less silly than I made it. It's one of those thoughtful stories, one of those creation stories. I hope you like that story as much as I do. And of course, around the world, there's all sorts of ways how things were made and created, and some we hold respectfully as truth. Some we know, perhaps, that we have different ideas now. Ash says it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. These things doesn't matter because we know their stories. Me, I just love that phrase, that metaphor, a blanket of stars. Because when you look up and the minute, I live in the city, I live in Liverpool, we don't see too many stars, but we've had some really clear skies. And when you can see stars, there's nothing like it when you can go out into the countryside where there's no lights and there's no clouds and you look up. Wow. And also, what we know is that even in the bits where we can't see the stars, there are stars. We cover the sky, and that amazes me. So I'm fascinated by all of that. I love the fact that if you just point a telescope, a clever one, at a point of the darkest point of the sky, you come back a few months later, wow, and it's full of stars everywhere. So maybe it's a particularly holy blanket which covers Sol. And maybe there are other reasons. It's a series of massive thermonuclear eruptions across the galaxy. Either way, I like it. And I hope you like that story. So how have you been? before we move to the end soon, so I'm going to do some shout outs and some call outs. If you've got anything you want to tell me, anything, I do have a request. Those of you here at the start, I need your jokes. So start typing some jokes into the live chat now. Now, I asked for jokes a bit earlier, and I'm going to read them to you. Naomi, you've got a lot of jokes there. We're going to go to those jokes. We got a joke from Teeny Tiny Theatre, brilliant drama and singing and movement activities for everyone, but particularly if you've got younger children. What do you call a one-eyed dinosaur? Do you think he saw us? A good old classic there. I know they did dinosaur-themed activities today. And Naomi's come straight in with, what do you call a one-eyed dinosaur with a pet dog? Do you think he saw us, Rex? We like that. It's called a topper. That's a joke with a topper. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. No idea. I know. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea. Still no idea. You see, I can't remember jokes. I can't tell jokes. Philippa's joke's very thoughtful. What do you call a pebble in the sea? Wet. It's like my story with the stone. There you go. And one that's made me stop and think a little bit, from Naomi again. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because every play has a cast. Remember never say the word Macbeth. If you're an actor in a theatre, it's supposed to be very bad luck. I don't know why. How did Moses make a cup of tea? He brews it. Yeah. So have you got any more jokes? And let me tell you why. Type the jokes in. On Saturday, completely free. We're not asking for anything. It's been supported by the Citadel Arts in St Helens. My other endeavour, Funny Looking Kids Comedy Club, will be live, not live. We'll be streaming, kind of. I'll be uploading it from 2:30 p.m. on Facebook. And I need jokes. And I'm asking for you to record on video a joke. Send it to me. Now, I'm going to paste into my page. You see that there's a video, that badly made advert video featuring me, and it's got an email address in it. funnylookingpod@gmail.com. You can send it to me there. You can link to me on Facebook and send me the video. I just need a video of you telling your joke, your name. I should know how to contact you from there. And then that joke might get included in the Funny Looking Kids competition. And my favourite of those jokes, I will cleanse wipe these 3 joke books, and I will either post them to you with permission because you need permission if you're under 18 to send those jokes, or we can wait until this is all over and I'll send it to you then. But I will give them a good old rub down. Don't you worry about it, with a bit of sandpaper, antibacterial gel. So tell me your jokes, video your jokes, send me your jokes, and you might feature in Funny Looking Kids Comedy Club on Saturday. Got a joke coming in. Ethan says, what did the sailor say when he successfully moved his boat to the sea? This really floats his boat. The sea does, I suppose. It's buoyancy. Yes, it's all about displacement. You see, I can't tell jokes. If Ethan had recorded that joke, that would have been 10 times funnier. I just ruin jokes. Okay, so the jokes may or may not come in. I've enjoyed telling you my story. So I will be on YouTube at Funny Looking. You've got to find that channel and subscribe at 2:30. If this is the first story you watched, there's other stories of mine. I really value your comments. I really value you being here. I really value you watching it. And like anybody who uses the internet, I love it when you like it and subscribe and share it. If this has value to you and you share, these videos, I would be very grateful. If you're watching this and you really don't like it, then what are you doing? Happy to do some shout outs, have some chats, but as is tradition, and it is copied from Comedian's Comedian, we're going to end the storytelling with a traditional signal to say it's all over. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Ah, that is a lovely story, completely charming, which is, slightly out of my wheelhouse, really, but I do enjoy telling it. So if you would like to tell me what you've been up to, or you want a quick hello or a shout out, type it in the live chat now. There's always a delay. It's about a 20-second delay, so I'm watching that over there. So if I wave, I can tell the delay, because that's when the wave appears over there. Oh, it's a bit shorter today. It's about 7 seconds. So what books have you been reading? What stories have you told a story to somebody? Have you recorded a video and sent a story? You should do that. Have you watched a good film? Those are good stories. Have you watched any of the theatre that's been on? It could be a grown-up as well. Have you I'm just fascinated by you and what you've been doing with stories. Have you written anything? Have you written any poems? Maybe we should do a poetry themed. I'd love to read your poems if you've got any poems. That I might do that, actually. I might do that. Ash says he wants a tiny shout out this time. Okay. Is that all right for you, Ash? Esme's just woken up. She laughed at the finish sound. Good. I mean, it's just a funny sound. It's a funny thing. It's a very funny thing. Yes. So I've decided next week on Thursday, a week today, we're going to have a poetry themed storytelling. And if you've got poems that you've written, I'd love to read them. You can send them to me on Facebook, or there's an email address, thefunnylookingpod@gmail.com, or you can find me all over the place. I would love to read your poems. I'll probably forget I've said this, but for now, a week on Thursday will be a poetry special. I might find an old Robert Browning poem. He wrote some very fun long form poems, also some really nasty ones as well. Really nasty ones, which we sometimes overlook. I like those. Right. Going to have a lovely time diving into editing the show. I've seen the sketches that the team have sent me. They are fabulous. I can't wait to share them with you. If you don't get a chance to see that on Saturday, that's fine. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 3:00. And remember, Thursday will be a poetry special. So send me your poems. Let's finish with a traditional way again. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. It's always funny. It's never not funny. I mean, it's childish, but what's wrong with that?